Hello and welcome to the weekly knockout for the weekend in 11th June. This week 4 games got announced and Horizon Zero Dawn got delayed. Okay, so I'm going to start off this weekly knockout with a quick announcement. As you might know, E3 2016 is next week. It's very exciting. And we have an article up on Ground Punch, which is our preview of E3 2016. It's looking at all of the conferences, looking at all the games that are going to be there, as well as some fun speculation. We also have some stuff on what Nintendo might be doing at E3. They don't have a conference, but they do have a Treehouse Live event. It's got all of the conference times and details on there. It's also got details of our coverage of E3, so you can find out what we're going to be doing for E3 over the next week. So if you want to go check that out, I'd very much appreciate it. It's Ground Punch's E3 2016 preview. And now on to the news. The first news story this week is Watch Dogs 2 has been officially revealed. So this was our first look at the game, and as many expected, we do have a new protagonist. Aiden Pierce will not be returning. I'm sure many of you are heartbroken to find that out. But the new protagonist will be Marcus Holloway, and also the game will be releasing this year, which is very exciting. It's going to be coming out 15th of November on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC. There's also been several gameplay improvements made. You're now able to hack every vehicle in the game and control it remotely. You're able to hack a majority of the electronic devices. You can initiate a mass hack. We will be learning more about the game at E3 next week. And in the meantime, if you want to know more about Watch Dogs 2, you can go read my news article over on groundpunch.com. Next up, Destiny Rise of Iron has been announced. This is going to be the final expansion for Destiny, as much as we understand it. It looks very exciting. There's going to be 3 new areas which are going to be located in the Cosmodrome area of New Russia. One of those areas, Fellwinter's Peak, is actually going to be a social space that doesn't start off as a social space. You have to capture it and then it will become a social space. And it will feature new NPCs. They haven't announced what those new NPCs are, but we can assume that they're going to be vendors and quest givers. Going to be fighting mutated Fallen. There was a plague called Siva that the Iron Lords, which you may know from Iron Banner, Saladin, who gives the Iron Banner quests, is the only remaining Iron Lord. But before they were all wiped out, the Iron Lords attempted to imprison the plague known as Siva, and they thought they'd succeeded, and now it turns out that they were wrong, surprise, surprise, and now we have to do a better job than they did. There's also going to be new PvP maps. There's going to be a new Crucible mode. They say that the game will have a fully fledged campaign, and most exciting of all, it's going to have a new raid. So if you want to find out more about that, once again, you can go to groundpunch.com where I have a news article up for you to read all about that announcement. Next up, Injustice 2 has been announced. This is the DC Comics-based fighting game developed by NetherRealm. The game is going to release in 2017. It's going to add new characters and new environments. There's also going to be a brand new gear system, which is going to be sort of a quasi-RPG system where every time you play, you're going to get loot drops. And what these loot drops are going to allow you to do is gear up your character, and basically you can create your own custom versions of your favourite DC superheroes. There's a trailer out which you can watch on groundpunch.com or the video service of your choice. And that's pretty much all we know right now for Injustice 2. We'll maybe hear some more at E3 next week. Also announced this week, Horizon Zero Dawn has been delayed. This saddens me greatly. It was the game I was most looking forward to in 2016. But it's been pushed out of 2016 into 2017. So once again, Sony is not going to have a major AAA first-party game in their fall lineup. First up, Drive Club was supposed to release in 2013 along with the console and ended up getting delayed by a year. And then the Order 886 was supposed to come in at 2014, got delayed. Uncharted 4 was supposed to be last year, got delayed, and Horizon was supposed to be this year, got delayed. So clearly some problems at Sony with them being able to accurately estimate when these games are going to be coming out. That being said, I want this game to be the best game it can be, so if they need a little bit of extra time, they should certainly take that extra time. In terms of the new release date, it's going to be the 28th of February in the US, the 1st of March in the EU, and the 3rd of March in the UK. A new trailer has been released which showcases new details about the game, including the main plot, which will revolve around Ally uncovering the forbidden secrets of the Old Ones in an attempt to uncover who her mother was. Also, you can ride dinosaurs, robot dinosaurs, so that's pretty cool. And if you want to check that trailer out, once again, groundpunch.com or the video service of your choice. Moving on, the PlayStation 4 Neo has been confirmed. Andrew House, Sony Interactive Entertainment's global chief executive, what a mouthful, has confirmed the existence of a high-end PS4. Speaking with the Financial Times, Howard explained that the new PS4 will cost more than the current version's $350 price tag, and, quote, it is intended to sit alongside and complement the standard PS4, end quote. Interestingly, the console's not going to be at E3. Sony are waiting for, quote, full range of the best experiences, end quote, before they showcase the console. Obviously, we have a lot of questions about this console. None of those are going to be answered next week, unfortunately, although that said, we are getting the ball rolling. Sony are now talking about this device, so hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer to find out about the Neo. On to another game announcement now. Agents of Mayhem has been announced, which is being developed by Volition Studios, the developer behind the Saints Row series. Agents of Mayhem is going to serve as a reboot of the Saints Row franchise, taking place after the events of Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. The open world is going to look extremely familiar to Saints Row's fans. I don't think they're going to deviate too much from what Saints Row was doing, having a look at it. But it's going to come out in 2017 on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Details are thin on the ground right now, but as we move into E3 and throughout the rest of the month, no doubt we'll learn more about that game. Also revealed this week was LEGO Dimensions 2's Year 2 support. So there's going to be no software pack, as many, including myself, had speculated. And there's going to be no new starter pack, which we kind of knew already because TT Games had said that the Portal as it stood when it released last year was going to last them and users up until 2018. Instead, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be releasing the standard character packs and level packs and team packs. They're also adding in story packs. Now, we don't know how much these are going to cost, but they are said to include 6 new levels for the particular franchise, in addition to a new minifigure, a vehicle, and a new LEGO Portal design based on the franchise. So fingers crossed they're actually able to put enough content into LEGO Dimensions in Year 2 to make it worth, A, the initial investment for Year 1 players, and also that we have a reason to play it in Year 2. That being said, they're adding 16 new entertainment properties, so they're certainly adding a lot of content. Those 16 entertainment properties include Ghostbusters, the 2016 remake, Harry Potter and the spin-off, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's going to include Mission Impossible, the A-Team, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. You can read the full list on groundpunch.com. So fingers crossed they can deliver on a really good second year. I'm a little hesitant looking at this list because there's nothing that sort of springs off as something that I really want to purchase. Hopefully they can support something like Lord of the Rings a little bit more. There's no Star Wars or Marvel announced as of yet. That'll probably come next year because they actually have to negotiate all of those deals, and they were only able to start doing that recently, and that's even if Disney wants to allow that sort of integration with LEGO Dimensions. And the final news story for the week, XCOM 2 is headed to consoles. Many expected this would happen. It's happened with previous XCOM games, and it's going to be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on the 6th of September 2016. Unfortunately, the game's not going to include additional content when compared to the PC release. It's not going to include any of the Season Pass content, though that can be purchased separately for $20, or alternatively the Season Pass is included in the Digital Deluxe Edition, and that's going to cost you $75. You're only saving $5, but that is 25% of the Season Pass's cost. Another disappointing announcement is that 2K has revealed that there's going to be no mod support on console, which is disappointing because that was something that was hugely popular with Fallout 4, and it would be nice if with consoles we could move into a space where almost every console game had mods, but especially in XCOM 2, it's a game where mods make a lot of sense. It's sad to see that that extra support isn't going to be there. Of course, it's not a weekly knockout unless we have a financial report. Fairly brief one this week. The Nintendo 3DS has passed 60 million units sold, so congratulations to Nintendo on that. It's worth noting that that is the entire Nintendo 3DS family, which includes the 2DS, the 3DS, and the new 3DS, and anything that has a number in front of DS. Nintendo is also quite smug about this news. They claim that, quote, the 3DS is the current generation's top-selling dedicated gaming platform, end quote. Which is kind of bending the facts a little bit, considering okay, yes, it's true, but your console launched in early 2011. doesn't have much in the way of fierce competition. I love my Vita, but it hasn't put up much of a fight against the 3DS, unfortunately. And the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, they only released in 2013, and I'm assuming that definitely the PlayStation 4, if not the Xbox One, are going to go on to surpass the 3DS. Not to mention, there are so many iterations of the 3DS as well. But there we go, I guess that's Nintendo being Nintendo, I suppose. They don't really have a lot to talk about these days, unfortunately. Hopefully they change that soon, though, with the NX. And that's going to do it for the weekly knockout for this week. Remember that we are going to be covering E3. We do have that E3 preview article, which I would very much appreciate you going and checking out. And until next week, goodbye.